Okay, hi guys. All right, I'm sorry. I have tried to record this video so many times and it has not worked, but I'm hoping that right now is finally the time that it's gonna come together. This is gonna be a video. There we go. This is gonna be a video that goes over chapter 8, lesson 7 or 8.7 in math. I'm gonna zoom in on this actually a little bit. I'm gonna quickly go over the front paper with you and then do one of the on my own problems with you. On the front of this paper, we can see an analog clock here. And on the analog clock, I have colored our hour hand red and our minute hand blue because that's kind of what they've been doing on the other papers, and it helps me to see a little bit easier which one is my hour hand and which one is my minute hand. So the hour hand, remember, is always shorter because it only needs to point to the hour, and the minute hand needs to point to exactly the precise minute that's passing. So I also colored, I don't know if you can tell, but my minute hand has gone from the top of the hour here, 12, and it has gone 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes, and now it is pointing straight down to the 6. I colored half of the clock yellow to show that about half, well, exactly half of the hour has passed now. Half of an hour is about 30 minutes, or is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes have passed. When we see a clock that shows 30 minutes have passed, usually what we do is we say, oh, it's about half past, and then we say the hour. That's one way to tell time and to say that 30 minutes have gone by. So looking at this clock, I can tell it's half past, and then my job now is to say, okay, which hour is it half past? So look at my hour hand, and I can see my hour hand is pointing between the 10 and the 11. And I made another video that kind of explains if my hour hand is pointing at my 10, it's kind of easy to see, but if it's pointing between numbers, there's really only one way for me to tell, and that is to look and see whose front yard the hour hand is pointing to. So this belongs to 10, and then all of this area from 10 going forward to 11 is 10's front yard. So all of this is 10's front yard. I kind of colored it in. If you think about a front yard, you've got your house here, and then your front yard is in front of the house, kind of going forward. So if this is 10, it's kind of easy to think of this front yard right here belonging to 10, right? It doesn't belong to 11. It's not 11's front yard, it's 10's front yard. So this clock shows half past 10. Hopefully that makes sense. Another way to write this is, if you're going to use a digital clock and write it on a digital clock, you can write the hour, 10, and then how many minutes have passed. We know that half of the hour is 30 minutes. So I'm going to write 10, 30 here. Okay, let's go to the next paper. It says up here at the top, an analog clock can show time to the half hour. A half hour is 30 minutes. Up here, I can kind of see that each number starting from 12 all the way to 1 counts 5 minutes at a time. And that shows a little bit easier exactly the 30 minutes that have passed. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 here. So on this clock, it shows half past 4 or 4:30. My minute hand is pointing down here to 30, and my hour hand is in 4's front yard. I don't know if you can see that. It's in 4's front yard. So it's half past 4 or 4:30. I know I'm going kind of fast, but this is kind of something that I think it's a little bit easier to do when you are moving really quickly. We don't have a duty clock to use, so we're just going to tell what time is shown with this clock, and then we're going to write our time. So really quickly looking, I can just tell on all of these clocks, my minute hand is pointing to my 6. It's pointing down here to show 30 minutes have passed. So on every clock, I'm going to tell half past and then what hour is past. So it's half past, and then I just need to look at my hour hand to see. So on number 1, half past, and my hour shows between 9 and 10. Remember, we want to look in the front yard, so this is 9's front yard. All in front of 9, it's half past 9. Okay, for number 2, half past blank. Half past, it's between 1 and 2. Remember, we're looking in the front yard. We're in 1's front yard, half past 1. Okay, down here for number 3, half past between 6 and 7 is where my hour hand is pointing. We're in 6's front yard, so it's half past 6. And then last here for number 4, I'm going to let you guys try to do this one on your own. Half past, my 2 numbers are 3 and 4. So whose front yard am I in? 3's front yard or 4's front yard? If you said 3, you are correctamundo. Okay. If you're at a 1 right now, you're working on this worksheet and you're thinking, man, this is just really, really hard. Oh, big yawn. Oh my goodness. That's okay. If you're at a 1, the only way you're going to get better is you're going to have to just do a bunch of these problems to practice anyway. And then pretty soon what's going to happen is it's going to click and you're going to get it. So now we're going to do one of your on your own problems, on my own problems. Same thing, they just want you to read the clock and tell what time is shown and then write the time. So again, all of these clocks show half past. Each minute hand is pointing at the 6. So all I need to do is look at the hour hand and figure out what hour we're in. Half past, my hour hand is pointing between my 10 and 11. My hour hand is in 10's front yard. So it's half past 10. Okay, do the rest of this worksheet on your own. And then I want you to do these two. These 2 problems here, number 13 and 14, mom and dad are probably going to have to help you with. You do not need to do this one here. I think every single first grader should be doing their homework on this one. I think telling time to the half hour is hard. I think that it's going to be really tricky. So I think that you just need to do the homework on this one. Okay, I love you guys. You're going to do so great. Take a deep breath. Knock it out of the park. If you need help, you can call me or you can let me know and I will be happy to help you. Okay, bye.